Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. You will notice today I am back in my flannel shirt. It is chilly today. I think I'm gonna have to get my down duvet out of the sea container too. Holy smokes, it's getting chilly at night. Just want to say like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. I just want to take you outside and show you the progress in the tiny house. I'm going out to help Chris install the drop ceiling in the bathroom. You would not even notice it, but this bathroom does have a drop ceiling, and that is because the 2x4 ceiling that we put in and then spray foam doesn't have enough space for a bathroom fan. So he has ripped some lumber, and we're going to install the drop ceiling in the bathroom in order to give enough head space to put the bathroom fan in. He's very close to being done with the wiring and plumbing rough-in. And so that's pretty exciting. He's thinking maybe in a week or so call the guys to do the spray foam. And that's really exciting because then we can get the shiplap on, or sorry, not shiplap, tongue and groove on, and then paint, and then get interior stuff going. I did have a major design change, and I don't like making big ones at this stage of the game, but because of the narrow space and the code requirements for non-combustible material in front of wood stoves, I should have looked at these clearances a long time ago. Big mistake on my part, rookie mistake. But I did tell you I would include my mistakes along the way. And it would have ended up either having to extend the tiles in front of the wood stove across to where the other cabinets were, and then an awkward transition either in front of the sink or next to the sink. If you have a Schluter or a transition, you're going to be hitting your feet on it. If you have a transition, I'm thinking about putting an extra layer of subfloor on the flooring, at least in the kitchen, to get rid of that. But either way, I have moved the wood stove. So that entails figuring out how to lay out the big tiles. I don't know if I want to take the risk of drilling through them. Chris says you can get diamond bits and not have to worry about that. So I'm still in the process. I was up late last night trying to decide what to do with the beautiful colored tiles that I have, whether to go to the ceiling behind the wood stove or whether to include them in the backsplash where the kitchen, the fridge and sink and stove is. I'm not too sure yet. Still haven't decided. Anyway, we're going to go out and work on getting that drop ceiling in so he can finish the electrical rough-in. And another side note, I haven't made video for a couple of days, but yesterday was the first day we had 7 eggs. And I just made my breakfast / lunch. I made another mushroom and cheese omelet with all fresh eggs, and it was so good. And I have enough already now to make another batch of my keto pancakes to put in the freezer. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, gonna go outside and help him get that ceiling done, and then I will take you on a little tour of what is probably extremely boring to some people, the wiring. We're also going to take photographs of all the joints, all the pecs where it's clamped together, and in case we ever decide to try and get this one CSA certified. So we'll see. Between video and pictures, we should be able to do it. If not, no big deal, but just kind of doing it as a backup. a backup to my backup to my backup. I'm always a plan B kind of girl. So anyway, gonna go get that done now, and then I will bring you along to show you what's been done. Oh, okay. I was just looking for Chris to help him with that ceiling, and he was out picking beans. Took a bunch over to the neighbors, and I just wanted to show you the blossoms on these potato plants. We had rain for a couple of days, which is one of the reasons I didn't do too much video. But yeah, there are a ton of blossoms, and these plants are getting huge. So anyway, Chris was out picking beans because the plants are getting so heavy. But I also, I got those tomato plants trimmed the other day, and I just wanted to show you, look at this. Like, you couldn't even see the tomatoes. And these are those little ones that I thought were black. Well, some of them are black. I don't understand this. And I thought only one of them was, don't you come in here, chicken. I thought only one of them was cherry tomatoes, but it looks like these two are cherry tomatoes. I had a hard time getting the branches, some of them inside the cage too, because they had grown so much. But these plants, like I said, I butchered them over and over and over again if you've seen previous videos. And it obviously doesn't hurt the plant, because these things, and just look at the amount of blossoms plus the amount of tomatoes on there. It's just crazy. And you couldn't even see the tomatoes for the branches and leaves. See these? I need to get them inside the cage before they get too big, because then I have to break them to get them underneath there. But these ones, I guess, are the beefsteak tomatoes. I was thinking all of these were aromas, but they're not. These ones are beefsteak. And then the aromas start right there. Look at that chicken running away with stuff in her mouth. Oh my goodness. We are going to have to put a fence around the garden next year. This is just crazy. They've gotten all the stuff that's done well, they have a real taste for now. And anyway, so you can sort of see where I have to watch these now to get the branches inside the cage rings, so that they're supported, and then the aromas start here. And again, like I said, you couldn't even see that there were tomatoes there at all. And look how many there are, and there are just loads and loads of them coming. So I'm gonna have to get organized. I did buy a lot of jars and got ready that way. These, I didn't even get all of the plants, all the branches off, because there was just so much, and I'm still sore from doing this the other night. I was so exhausted. But like I said, you could not even see tomatoes. There were so many leaves on here, and I butchered them again. And see, this branch needs to be inside so that it's got support from that ring. And this crazy thing, I hacked a bunch off because it was just like too much. So again, if anybody could explain this to me, please do. It was supposed to be broccoli, I think. That is not broccoli. These were supposed to be broccoli. I still don't know if I'm going to get broccoli. Again, another one of those crazy things. Don't know if I'm going to get any broccoli out of this. I don't understand it. See these? The strings were not enough in every other hole. And so we've got to get some peas picked here too. These are just, they're going to come right off of here and fall on the ground. There's so many peas. They're so heavy with peas. So look at that. Another chicken in the lettuce. Oh my goodness. Get out of here, chicken. The thing is, there's so many bugs on the lettuce now, so I think there's actually a herd of chickens in here now. Oh, we've been getting the garden hose out and spraying them because the only good lettuce we have, they're eating them too. So I'm going to have to get the garden hose and spray those guys to get them out of here. They're eating the squash. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to show you. Was some of the squash in here. Like, look at these things. We actually went and look at this. They look like watermelons. Like, that's my hand. So, I mean, they are just huge. And they're everywhere, and the chickens love them too, and they're pecking them. Now, I think that's the color they're supposed to be. So that's another... I have got to figure out what to do with these squash. Because, again, the chickens are eating them. And look at, oh, they're eating the best of the lettuce. Horrible, horrible chickens. Get, go on. Go on. Get, go on. Oh my goodness. I gotta go and get the garden hose and get these guys out of here. Anyway, and I also have to take some of these leaves out of the zucchini again because they're just going cuckoo again like the tomato plants. Anyhow, gotta run. Well, we've got some more string through the peas here just to keep them from basically falling on the ground. And you can see how many peas are still in there. And we took all the big ones, so I'm going to shuck those, shell those today. And Chris got a whole pail of beans, and he's just going to chase the chicken out of the garden again. Holy moly. Look at her, she stops and hides in the lettuce. No, she's still here. She's going to stop and have some squash. She's shaking the water off. I think we're going to have to pick some of these squash. I think we looked in the grocery store and I think this is ripe when it's yellow like that. The other thing that got done today, this morning, the electrician came and got the Generac hardwired in, and they had issues again. Two old guys trying to figure this out when, sorry, I have the hiccups. Chris, you had to do something with Wi-Fi to get some code to get it to work. So they got that done and it's running. More good news. So this is the beans we just picked, in addition to the bunch that Chris took to his friend Kurt. And there's the peas. So after I help him with the sealing, I'm going to get these cut, blanched, and in the freezer. Well, I got the oven, finished cleaning the oven. That's been a progress, a work in progress. I didn't get the racks cleaned, so I needed to get that done to get the roast in the oven. I'm just running some water. I'm gonna wash this pail of beans, and gonna have to get them cut. Oh my goodness. That's a big sink, and that's pretty much full. And I really didn't think there was much there for beans. So that is a lot of beans. My goodness. So gonna get those washed and cut. And again, you know, with that ground cover, everything's so clean. I love that. And Chris also said that there are a couple more eggs in the nesting box. The chickens keep coming into where he is and doing the birthing, clucking thing. We're starting to speak chicken now, and we can tell when they're ready to lay an egg. Well, they keep going into where he's working to lay the eggs. So he actually picks them up, if he can catch them, and carries them into the nesting box. And it's like, here, this is where you're supposed to do this. And they usually do. But I've actually filled a little Rubbermaid bin that we had laying around with some straw so we can have a mobile birthing unit handy if they insist. So anyway, I'm going to go out and check for some more eggs. There we are, 2 more. This is so funny. This is a little teeny weeny one, tiny, and this one's bigger. So that's 8 so far today. Happy days, good girls, you're getting there. Anybody else? Step right up, the nesting boxes are empty. Who's next? Rusty's tail feathers are growing in a bit again. He doesn't look so completely retarded with only 2 feathers left. I think the girls must have been picking on him. Got sick of him being such a rough guy. Anyway, that's 8 eggs today. I'm gonna get those beans washed and cut, and I think I'm gonna have to get the blancher out and get those blanched and in the freezer. Again, there are 2 chickens in the tiny house looking for, they go to the corners where there's squares. Seem to be looking for a place to do their thing. So I made a little mobile birthing unit here that they could use. I think we're gonna need some more nesting boxes. Anyway, you can see where we put these 2x6s up here, and then the fan will go through this channel here to the outside, and of course you have to figure out where there's a space in the door like that, where it's not going to hit a rib, so it's going to exit out there, but for now it'll go out this and through here. So now, because of the changes to the design, that's where the 2x4 for the divider wall is going to go, right there where the X is. So the wood stove is actually going to be right here when you come in the door, which in a way won't be too bad because we can put the firewood down here and it'll be handy to the wood stove, and then the entrance to the other side will be there. So that'll work out pretty good. And then I'll have the coat hooks on this wall instead. So it would have been really awkward because if the wood stove was here and the kitchen sink is over there, and the tiles either went down the middle or went over to the other cabinets, you still would have a transition somewhere there. And that's what I didn't want on the floor, because the vinyl is very flat. Seriously, chicken? And then those tiles are very, very thick. So you'd have a fairly significant transition. This flooring is very thin compared to a lot of stuff. And then this is the thickness of the tile. So it's a very, very heavy tile. So I'll show Chris later what I've done as far as trying to figure out what to do with the colored tiles, because now I either go to the ceiling with them and make it a real feature wall, or put some in the backsplash for the rest of the kitchen. I don't know. Can't make up my mind now. And that's usually, I don't have any trouble making up my mind, but this time. Anyway, I'll have a think on it. So this is today's eggs. These are all not really, that one's pretty small. I got earlier, but that's a decent sized one. Oh yeah, this little guy's pretty tiny too. So, but, you know, they're sort of half and half. Some tiny ones and some decent sized ones. So these ones, this is the 8 so far today. Might be all there is today. Like I said, I think there was 7 yesterday. So every day we set a new record. Very impressed. 3 or 4 eggs a day was just not sufficient. So I'm gonna have to start marking chicken for the freezer. We're just having a laugh here. Rusty's way out there in the field with a couple of his, a few of his girls. Some here, they were just, one's squatting here. There were a few of them just went in the tool trailer a minute ago. And there were a couple way out past the potato patch. So like I said before, and there's the little doggy. She sure doesn't like the chickens. Well, she's not attacking them anymore. But these guys are enjoying themselves, that's for sure. Definitely free range chickens. Keeping them out of the garden is a real problem though. I had the pail of beans up here, and peas that we picked, we left them outside because it was cooler out here, and Rusty was right up on top of the picnic table with a few of the girls, pecking at the fresh beans. Thought they were here there on the picnic table for him. Oh, there you go, another chicken climbing through the tools in the trailer. And what about you, pretty girl? This is the one that's kind of blonde underneath. There's two of them, and they're totally different than the rest. This is the lightest one, I think. You are a pretty girl, aren't you? I don't think she'll let me pet her, though. Will ya? What do you think? It's okay. Come here. Oh, here comes Sadie behind the chicken. Wait till she sees the one on the step, yeah. Everywhere she goes, there's a chicken. Here comes all the girls. They hear Chris with the water and they think there's something for him. Rusty's tail feathers are coming back in, so he doesn't look quite so undignified. Of course they have to poop all over everything too. I mean, that's the lumber he's got ready to use, and they have to poop all over everything. I see Rusty going around this way. I don't want him to go after Sadie. I don't know where she went. Did you see where Sadie went? Oh, there she is. You just never mind. You never mind. You don't attack my baby. A few of the little chickens, you can really see where their crop is getting bigger, so it's going to be interesting to see how many roosters there are and how pretty they are. She's got to sniff all the chicken poop, of course. Oh, and pee on it to mark her territory. No, don't go in the mud, silly. Yeah, she doesn't want to go past Rusty. You gonna go check out the chicken coop? No. Come on, Sadie. Go on. My poor baby. Yeah, she's like, let's go back inside. That's a big, nasty rooster. Isn't it, baby? Yes, that's a bad rooster. Is that a big bad rooster? Yes, it is. He's a bad rooster, isn't he? Yes. And you're a good baby. Yes, you are a good baby. Sadie has some bones from the roast, and Gertie wouldn't leave her alone. Chris's favorite chicken. You can see her out there. She took one of the bones and went running. The other chicken was chasing her, and of course Rusty's right here. I gotta watch Sadie so he doesn't attack her again, but you should have seen Gertie run with the beef bone out in the field there with the other chicken chasing her. It was really funny. Rusty's gonna go check it out now too. Sadie's making, well, I think she actually crunched the bone into little bits and is literally eating it. But Chris is mowing some grass out around the chicken tractor, and he's trying to get caught up. It was pretty long at the back there. Anyway, I think that is it for me today. It is just such a beautiful night. I hate to have to go back inside, but I have to get those beans processed. I want to get that done while they're nice and fresh and get them in the freezer. So I think that's going to be it for today. I might go look for some more eggs in hopes that we have more than 8. But anyway, I think I'm done for today. Got to get another video edited too tonight. So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.